Alright guys, I thought before we went out to the shop today I would show off the cabinet I was working on in my last video, where it ended up. Kinda ended up in this wall in my house here, right underneath the window. I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, but I had kind of toyed around with cutting this cabinet down so it fit this space a little better, because I don't know if I really like how it kind of sticks up above the window there, and I think it sticks a little too far out in the room. But what are you gonna do? The girlfriend kind of likes it. I would still kind of like to just see if I can find a buyer for it, or use it for something else, and maybe down the road I will. At some point I do want to redo the kitchen. It's original to the house. I would like to update that, and I think when I do the kitchen, I would like to build like a buffet that goes underneath the windows with like a glass display cabinet on each side of the window then, and we can move this antique one down out of the way. And these cabinets that hold DVDs, I don't even know why we have these out on display with things like Netflix and our Roku box and everything. So I can't remember the last time we've taken a DVD out and actually put it in the machine. So I don't know. We'll see. But this is basically it, all done. We are using it for a liquor cabinet, basically. There's a shelf for that, but with all these tall bottles, it didn't work out having two levels in there. So the shelf is up in one of the closets right now. You would think we were alcoholics with all this booze that we have, but no, we're just weekend drinkers. We like to try different things all the time. Mainly, I'm sure there's other drinkers out there that watch us. Mainly, it's mostly all whiskey and brandy for the most part. Some of my favorite brands are like this Great Northern. Even though this is a rum bottle, this Great Northern is a good brand. It's a Wisconsin brand, so I don't know how many of you other people around the country see that very often. Same way with the Driftless Glen. They make some pretty good stuff too. That's another Wisconsin distillery. Also the Yahara Bay. That's another good Wisconsin brewery too, or not brewery, distillery. But this isn't about alcohols. I don't think there's anything in these. Yeah, she put liners in them, but oh yeah, she put we got these plastic cups for on the weekends when we're out on the porch here, so we don't have to take glasses out there. Don't look at my unfinished project out here yet. This thing isn't completely done yet. I did put the top on here, but it's not finished. It's still basically in just raw butcher block form. I don't know what I want to do with this yet. I kind of toyed around with taking this top off. Well, I need to take it off at some point to finish it, but maybe making a different top for it that would look better. Because like I said, this cabinet was built for somebody else, and this is kind of the specs they wanted. But I don't know. Either I'm going to have to beat this thing up so it kind of matches this a bit and kind of darken it up a bit, or I'm just going to have to make a different top, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. And for now, I have the girlfriend put this over the top of it, just so if any afternoon sun comes in and kind of tries to naturally darken it, all this knick-knack bullshit that she has on here won't leave outlines. So that is kind of the idea of that. Otherwise, there wouldn't be anything here at all. But I really didn't, since the cabinet was done, I didn't want this sitting out in the shop where it could get wrecked, because I kind of had all that covered up together, and I don't really have a place for it out in the shop, and since the cabinet's done, we can use it, and might as well just put the top on for now. And hopefully that isn't another project that will take another 4 years to get to, but well, by that time I'd like to be working on the kitchen. And I don't know, maybe at some point maybe this will become like an entertainment center or something, I don't know. I need to do something about that too yet, so. But yeah, this is basically it. That's how she turned out. Let's go out to the shop. Alright guys, we're out here in the shop. I really haven't had much shop time out here in the last 2 weeks. Well, I did manage to get a couple projects going here. These are these pantry cabinets I'm building for my parents. I did get them all assembled. And I did kind of pull out some wood to cut the frames out of. And I think I'm going to cut up. I had these on these are all what I used to hang my clamps on. I think I'm going to cut that stuff up and use this to get it used up. Because these frames are getting painted anyway, so even though this wood isn't the greatest, it will be alright for what that project is. And then the only other thing I got going on is I had a customer bring me these 2 hickory doors. I need to take 2 inches off them. Apparently they're getting a new refrigerator, and their cabinet above it needed to be cut down, which they had a carpenter do that. And then for whatever reason, I don't know why this carpenter / woodworker / wonder person didn't cut these down too while they were at it. So that's gonna end up being my job, and it is what it is. Right now I'm kind of hoping I can knock this top rail out of there, and we'll just cut 2 inches off the top and re-put it all back together and be good. But I don't know, these I know the manufacturer that made these doors, and they make some pretty good doors, so I'm about 50-50 whether I can knock that rail out without having to get violent with it. And if I can't, what I may do is I might just take an inch off the top and the bottom and call it a day, which I really don't want to do, because I think their handle hung down a little bit from that point. I don't know. I'll have to see what I can do and talk to the customer about it. But if I do it, if I don't just cut an inch off the top and bottom, maybe I'll do a video on how to pop those apart. Other than that, I just been so busy with other crap lately, I just haven't been able to get out here. I do need to get to the hardware store and buy some wood for another project for a customer. But the days that I've had time to actually go to the store, it's been downpouring like crazy, and I don't like getting wood wet, because some of the wood I do have to get for this project, when I do go to the hardware stores, I need to get some MDF to make doors for these cabinets. So I'm trying to understand. So I'm hoping today I have time to run to, because it is supposed to rain later this afternoon, but I'm hoping, I don't know, we'll just have to see what's going on. This might be just a short video this week, just showing off the cabinet that I just showed you in the house, and maybe I'll have these frames done in a little bit here. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll talk to you guys later.